Welcome back. In the previous part, we finished off the support request we had remaining other than this one here, which is Old Road Property Monster Extermination. Straight from Chief Tolta. The village's property has been overrun by monsters. We locked them in, but it's still very dangerous there. I hope the special support section can take back the property from the monsters. I'll explain the details at the village chief house in America. Well, here we are then. Well, about time to go sell today's crops over in Crossbell City. Commerce through private merchants may be on the rise, but we can't neglect the city's department store and the like. Stores in the city like to buy up our goods by the truckload, after all. Sure, business with Mr. Hayworth and others is important, but we won't exactly pay the bills if we ignore all the larger outlets. That's actually, yeah, sensible. Can't argue with that. Stuck on the door. How do I get stuck on the door? My brother Elkin's true weakness is his love for orbital vehicles. Basically keeps the villager's truck to himself, even though the villagers all pitched in to buy it. Well, no one ever complains about it, so I guess it's fine. I've heard people talk about how Crossbell City is home to a really amazing theatre troupe. Arkansas, was it? I sure hope I can see them someday. I've heard people talk about how Crossbell City is home to an amazing theatre troupe. Ark and Shell. What the heck is that? Guess my brother thinks it's cool and it must be really great. Derek's plan to open a food stall during the anniversary festival was actually genius. The village has been losing that spark it used to have, so maybe this food stall could help bring it back. In addition to returning some of the village's spirit, food stall will be really beneficial to everyone monetarily. Fair enough then. I was starting to get in the habit of reading the Crossbell Times. You guys were featured in it, weren't you? Man, all I want is to go to Crossbell City and live an amazing life, full of mirror and fame. Just you wait. One day I'll become a great man and be featured in the Crossbell Times too. Though I've still got to keep helping out around the general store for now. Anything model orbital car? Had that, didn't I? Yeah, it's in Lloyd's room. Straw hats, let's get a few more of them. I thought that my desire to fish would overpower my shyness, but it seems I was sadly mistaken. That's it. I'm going to take the bus to the Fisherman's Guild and pass whatever entrance exam they throw at me. Think I'm finally going to visit the Fisherman's Guild a bit later. My heart is going to beat out of my chest. Are they going to let me join or not? They'll always let you join, trust me. Say that again. You walked here all the way from Crossbell City. Oh my, you look like you need something to eat. I'll take your order as soon as you're ready. My father may look like a boring old man, but his cooking is divine, I assure you. I can still hear you. I had an idea. Why don't you try ordering the most expensive thing on the menu? I promise it's absolutely to die for. I'm sure it's great, but I'll pass. I don't have the mirror. I'll pay for it. She's had a long walk. I'll pay. I've got the mirror. Pleasant smells of the pastures, chicken and honey all persuaded me into coming here. I'm positive that there are good meals hiding here. I just need to ask around. I'll buy you food. It's like, you don't want you dying out here, do we? Like, what? Cornelia was a pretty solid read. Cornelia? I heard that book was quite the hit back when it first came out. It's supposedly based on a true story, too. True story or not, it was still really enjoyable to read through. It's a good read, plain and simple. That's all I can ask for. Well, that's interesting, I suppose. Now, what to read next? There was one book that I've been meaning to read. Been almost a month since those monster attacks. Crossbell Times didn't go into much detail, but you folks were the ones who solved the case, right? Thanks to you, I'm able to sleep like a baby again. I appreciate the hard work, everyone. Been almost a month since those monster attacks. Crossbell Times didn't go into much detail, but you folks were the ones who solved the case, right? You know those two siblings who are always playing in the square? Keep inviting me to hang out, but I'm not really interested. End of the day, they always end up wanting to play braces. Can't take it anymore. These country kids are just plain annoying. I want to go back to Crossbell City. You may be the same age, but the kids here are so annoying. want to go back to the city. Arc-en-Ciel, I went to see them more times than I can count. Ilia Platieri's performance is so incredible. It would cause even Helios to faint in awe. I would love to see them again. Ilia. The last time I saw one of her shows, I was moved to tears. I would love to see them again. From what I can tell, Seeley seems to really like Mr. Hayworth. As if I'd ever let Seeley get swept away by a married man like you. At least that's what I would say. But he's always so nice to us. I can't really say anything bad about him. Anyway, in order to win over Seeley, I'm going to start coming to the inn every single day. But still, Mr. Hayworth is in a much higher league than me. He's going to be a formidable rival. Also, he's married, but alright. But if I were you, impress her by buying this lady here a meal. That simple. So, solve the problem, then impress her, and show her that you're a capable person who looks after others. It's a win-win all round, isn't it? Stuck on the door again. By the way, remember that bridge that's sealed off on old Amorica Road, yeah? Past that is the ancient battlefield. That place has got a weird feeling to it, but you gotta be careful of those monsters prowling around there. Ancient battlefield is a weird place, that's for sure. Most people avoid it because of the monsters, but I think you folks should be fine. Well, you can't get there now, but if you ever get the opportunity, I would take a look. I'm in the middle of making a carbonara. Carbonara. My entire family can't get enough of them. You should try making one for yourself sometime. Here, try memorizing this. Thank you very much. Now that the monsters have been dealt with, I can let the kids play outside by themselves again without worrying. As a farmer, I don't have the time or the luxury to travel outside the village very often. Camille always pesters me to take him and Polly to the anniversary festival, but it's a bit hard to deal with. I propose that Amorica Village open up a stall in Crossbell City during the anniversary festival. Given how many people are going to show up, I think it's a good opportunity to get Amorica's village's name out there. Displaying our honey would probably attract people by the droves. Putting our honey front and center in the stall is probably our best bet. Maybe Mr. Rouer would give me some advice. Maybe. Oh, I expected a scene to start here, but very well, we'll check upstairs first then. Derek and Tolter don't get along too well nowadays. As the current village chief, my husband cherishes Amorica and is determined to protect it from any unnecessary changes. But as his successor, Derek wants to modernize Amorica in order to give the villagers an easier, more convenient life. Neither of them are technically in the wrong, so it's been a difficult issue. I can imagine so. It's like, yeah, you're both right, but what's the right answer, and that's the issue. What's in here? What's in here? Honey? Milk? I imagine it's milk based on the cups and stuff behind it. Anyway. Long time no see, Chief Tolter. Ah, the special support section. Thanks for coming. News of your success in solving the monster attacks reached Amorica the other day. I even managed to convince some of the other villagers that the police aren't all bad. It's just that, appreciate it, man. Like, oh, come on, Randy. This ain't the time to be singing our praises, though. That's better. If you don't mind, could you run us through the details of your request? I almost forgot. Before that, allow me to thank you once more for dealing with those beasts. Now then, I'll cut straight to the heart of the matter. The support request mentions something about monsters trespassing onto Amorica private property. Indeed they have. You likely saw the place as you were heading here, did I? Along Old Amorican Road, we own a stretch of property that serves as a storehouse for materials. There's been a pack of monsters that stormed in recently and made the place their new nest. It's caused us a whole slew of problems. A pack? I can see how that's an issue for the village. Any injuries? Not at the moment. However, we store many of our farming tools over there, so we cannot continue to ignore it. And given how well you dealt with our previous run-in with monsters, I was more than happy to submit a support request rather than ask the Bracer Guild. Sounds like our stock is finally starting to go up. Well, we should be happy about that. We should probably focus on the task at hand. Again, yeah, with Tio on this. Jeez, I know that. Alrighty, let's go show these trespassers who's boss. Yeah, it'd be best to finish this quickly. Wait too long and this pack could get out of hand. Oh, so you'll do it. I knew asking the SSS for help was the right call. Yeah, take this with you. Receive private property key. That's your key to unlocking the property's gate. Head southeast on the old road and you'll find the place. Heck, riding the bus halfway down the path would save you some time. If you find anything useful in the area, I don't mind you using it. Please just take care of this for us. Understood. Leave it to us, Chief Torter. The private property that the monsters are trespassing on is a gated area to the southeast of the village. Feel free to choose whatever you find in there, if it helps you resolve this matter. Is this the place? What the hell are you doing? Put your legs down. You're showing off. Now look at me, like what I'm doing. Indeed, this definitely appears to be our destination. Still can't believe monsters managed to turn this place into their lair. No kidding. They look tougher than stuff you'd find on the roads, too. Well, because of all the stuff that went down the other month. Probably came here to look for new feeding grounds. Another consequence of Revart using warhounds. Well, discussion isn't going to get us anywhere. I'm going to unlock the door. Use the private property key. Everybody ready? Alright, let's exterminate some monsters. Understood. Let's give them L. Entering extermination mode. You have a mode for that? Wow, there's quite a lot of them, isn't there? Let's go with that one there. Alright, calm down. Jeez. Okay, so I'd like a group attack really, but you haven't really gotten there, have you? Spockdyne or Aerial? Aerial's better in terms of the area. But I'd like Beam Zanbars. I mean, I know you're not physical based, but if I can get these two down, that'd be nice. Oh, I missed on that guy, but we've got one down. Right, Randy, you're straight out with a crash bomb, really, aren't you? There's probably best. That's more maximizing the amount, isn't it? Good. Need to get around to Lloyd so I can have a look at them. Nice. Right. Spartacus? Strange hand-standing monster. Sprays a strong, smelly gas that confuses the senses. Oh, I've got to be careful of that then. Right, let's go turbo now because we know what we're dealing with. Anything bigger? Got Brave Smash now, by the way. Let's have a look what that is. Focuses fighting spirit in a line, 75% chance to seal. There we go. Okay, over there, want it. Salamander. So I was like, yeah, just leave that. No, wait, we haven't seen it. There we go. Lovely. Yes, 22. And the reason for that is I went and got, as you can tell from some of the Sepith, quite a bit of Sepith, so I could get all the slots upgraded. Said I would at some point. I did. Told you. You know me with Sepith. I'll do it. I'll do it. Feathered tackle. Alright. Needed that. I was wanting to be a fisherman, but... well... Okay, looks like that was the last of them. Extermination complete. I no longer detect the presence of any monsters within the perimeter. They put up a good fight, eh? It's quite a lot of them. Indeed, Fortunately, we were able to manage just fine. Okay, let's go give our report to Chief Tolter. Yeah, hopefully he'll have a bit more peace of mind now. Still need that other chest first. Don't call me a box. I'm not a box. My cousin's a box, and he's a complete idiot. I see. No more worrying about them, then. Looks like we can finally get back to tending our fields in peace. Seems I owe you my thanks once again, Special Support Section. It was no biggie. Stuff like this is nothing for us. Honestly, you're all talk. There's something else, Chief Tolter. Since that property is on the road, you should put up a warning sign so people don't accidentally wander inside. I'm sure that can be arranged. Besides, I want just our villagers to enter the place from now on. However, can't help but notice that this all started after the wolf attacks. It's almost been a month since then, and yet this still happened. Correlation has not been confirmed, but it's quite probable. With our extermination, I do not think any more monsters will attempt to trespass onto the storehouse grounds again. You think? Well, hearing that is music to my ears. Anyway, thank you. As always, I'll make sure to call you if something else pops up. You can count on us, sir. Call us and we'll come running. Well, if you'll excuse us. Yay! Ah, my friends from the SSS. You know, when I first met you four, I never would have imagined that I'd come to rely on the police so much. I'll be counting on you if something else ever happens. Telephone.
Hi.
This is Lloyd Bannings of the SSS speaking.
Lloyd-san!
Oh, what a relief. The call went through. What's up, Fran? It's not like you to directly contact us. Are there urgent matters to tend to? So, actually, a citizen would like to speak with the Special Support Section. Are you okay with a face-to-face meeting? Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. One question, though. Why didn't you send the request through the terminal like you normally would? So about that, it sounds like the request is a bit more serious than usual. Not to mention it's rare to have somebody specifically ask for you. I figured you guys would be okay with it. Gotcha. Think I understand the situation. Should we return to the SSS? That'd be perfect. I'll tell the client to meet you there. Do you have any idea when you'll be back? Let me think. We're a ways away, so let them know they're free to wait inside if they manage to get there first. Okay, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Lloyd. Hope your meeting goes well. What's wrong? It sounded urgent. Yeah, well, Fran was being a little vague, but it looks like we've got a serious request. Let's finish any unfinished business and head back to the SSS, okay? Roger. Yo, Lloyd, is our client a sexy lady this time? Probably. How do you expect me to know that, Randy? You know, while doing the new recipe and making a supreme dish for this, pretty much thinking to myself, you know what this game is missing? The chickens from Sky. I need the chicken so I can get some more fresh eggs. It's just, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, the Radiant Cabanera. Nothing? You're not going to give me anything? Fine. Oh, hello there. Looks like she was one step ahead of us. I'm so sorry. It was unlocked, so I let myself in. I swear I didn't know you were gone. No, don't worry about it. We already knew you were coming. Welcome to the Special Support Section. You were looking for some advice, right? Yes, exactly. I didn't know who else to turn to. My name is Risha Mao. I just want to go ahead and thank you. This means the world to me. You haven't accepted yet? Whoa. Get a grip, man. How is it humanly possible for someone to be this pretty? Do you have to make your ogling so obvious? Lloyd. Huh? Right. Why don't you take a seat, Miss Mao? Let's hear this problem of yours. A threat letter? Yes, it arrived exactly 1 week ago. When Ilya checked her mail, she found a letter with no return address. Oh, sorry. Ilya Blatieri is... Arconceal's one and only blazing dancer. The continent-renowned actress who's recently taken the world by storm. Oh, hell yes. Who would have thought that we'd get a request involving Ilya freaking Platieri? Probably still saying that completely wrong. I know you're excited, Randy, but please try to control yourself. I mean, I know who she is, given she's a celebrity and all. But a threat letter to her? Really? Apparently. She keeps claiming it's just a dumb prank, but I'm not so sure. Its contents are way too eerie for it to be a mere prank. I asked the troop leader about it, and he advised me to contact the police. If you don't mind me asking, who's in possession of the threat letter now? Ilya should still have it on her. Luckily, I managed to convince her not to immediately throw it in the trash. A wise move. If she has it, we should ask Ilya if we can inspect that letter. By the way, Miss Mao, I'm assuming you must be related to Arconceal in some way? Ah, yes, I'm one of the other actresses. I'm just a beginner, though. Nothing compared to Ilya herself. Wait a damn minute. What's your problem, Randy? Your face. I saw it in the front page feature about Arconceal's new show. You're the co-star that plays the Moon Princess, the ultimate complement to Ilya's Sun Princess. High-profile up-and-coming actress, scooped up by Ilya and made famous in the blink of an eye. Risha Mao. No, I wouldn't really call myself famous. All I do is stumble around and get in the other's way. Truth be told, I'm still not sure if I'm ready for my debut. No need to be so modest, Miss Mao. Being recruited by Arconceal is an incredible accomplishment. You should be proud. Oh, thank you. Being nervous about it is natural, I think. You think? I mean, have you done one of these shows before, Lloyd? No, back to the topic at hand. Alright. You imply that Ilya isn't really bothered by the letter, right? Yes, but I wish you'd take it more seriously. She said she's busy perfecting the new play, so she doesn't have time for non-issues. Non-issues like dealing with buffoons from the police, I think were her exact words. Well, that's encouraging. Doesn't that mean we shouldn't poke our heads into her private matters? But you're the special support section. I read in a magazine that you're supposed to be friendlier than the rest of the CPD. And I tried to persuade Ilya myself, but that didn't really work out. She really seems desperate. I wouldn't normally suggest this, but have you asked the Bracer Guild for help? Since Ilya's a civilian, perhaps they could work as bodyguards for the time being. Well, there's a small problem with that. You know as well as I do how popular the guild is in Crossbell. It'd be far too conspicuous if bracers were constantly coming in and out of the Arconceal. Rumors would spread. So with that in mind, I thought people wouldn't really notice if it were you guys. Oh, I'm sorry, that sounded so much ruder than I thought it would. It's fine, Miss Mao. We understand. I think we have a grasp of the situation now. I know where I stand, but what do you think, guys? Should we take on the case? Of course. I have no objections. I was expecting like, hell freaking yes, from Randy. How could we not help him out? There you have it, Miss Mao. If you'll let us, the special support section would be happy to tackle this threat letter. Thank you so much. I'll head back to the theater if that's okay. I need to tell the troop leader and Ilya the good news. Please stop by whenever it works out for you. We will. See you, Risha. Call me anytime.
失礼します。
I assume that was screw you, Randy. Probably not, though. Well, we should probably jump on this soon and head to Arconceal. After all, can't exactly conduct our investigation without the key evidence, can we? Indeed. We cannot ignore Ilya's theory that it's simply a prank either. Man, this is a blessing in disguise. Hanging out in Arconceal right before the debut of their new show? Score. And we get to see Ilya in all her glory. Baby. Honestly, Randy, I can't deny I'm excited to meet Ilya Platier myself. Does my hair look okay? You two are really worked up about this. Oh, she's definitely a looker, based on what I've seen in magazines. I too would be lying if I said I was not at least a tiny bit excited. Platier is the right way, isn't it? Like Ilya Platier. I'm just trying to, like, get my head around it at this point, because You know, it's like, sometimes, like, with so many vowels, my mind tries to form patterns based on what I know previously from other words, rather than, you know, the vowel sounds. English, again, is weird. It makes you do things in your head. That sounds more dodgy than I expected. You know if you watch my Tokyo Xanadu Let's Play. We went through that whole thing, didn't we? That was an interesting experience, just learning that about English that I wasn't aware of. Upon further inspection, the architecture of this building is magnificent. Its appearance is quite modern too. That's because it was built in the last 20 years. It's fairly new compared to some of the older buildings like City Hall. Ark-en-Ciel. Back when I was a kid, Guy and Cecile would bring me here every so often. Majesty of it getting to you, Lloyd? No, not really. So, just like, nah, you're wrong, Randy. Anyway, so, are we all ready to head inside? It's just how he just dismissed him completely. No, you're wrong. There's no comment on it. That's some music. You can't deny that statement, that it literally is some music. Wow. The lobby certainly is grand. I hear music playing. Do you think they're in the middle of practice? Yep, I'd say so. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm terribly sorry. Only authorized personnel may enter the theater at this time. That's okay. We're here for good reason. We're with the CPD. I believe we received a request for a consultation from you. So you're the Special Support Section. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Ark-en-Ciel. Risha has already given me the full story. I believe you're here to speak with the troop leader and Ilya, correct? Yeah, are they free right now? I believe so. Please go straight ahead through the main doors. Avon and Risha are likely to be in the process of watching Ilya practice right about now. Oh, are you sure? We don't want to interrupt her while she's practicing. Oh no, I assure you, she isn't the type to be bothered by a minor trifle like this. On the contrary, with the show almost upon us, she'd be quite happy to have visitors. Alright then. To the auditorium. Yeah, very well. Welcome to Ark-en-Ciel. Please proceed to the hall. Welcome to Ark-en-Ciel. Please proceed. Yeah, you're just like a robot or something? What's going on here? Oh yeah, we're supposed to meet with Ilya. She should be right past the main doors. And I'm checking all the other doors. Oh yeah, well, yeah, get the idea. Yeah, alright. So, well, I like this. It looks a bit like a Final Fantasy logo. We've treated the occasional threats we've received as pranks. However, the letter's contents, along with that signature, give credence to its legitimacy. Wasn't like a red B at the end of it or anything, was there? I'm counting on you, everyone. Please get to the bottom of this. Whoa. Well, there she is. Wow, she's absolutely incredible. You know, I can do jumps like that. That's nothing. Oh, yes, it was quite good. Oh. Thank you for coming, guys. Sorry, we didn't mean to bother you. Yeah, you were just... Wow. That was completely breathtaking. I think I died and went to heaven for a second there. I'm blessed to have witnessed something so extraordinary. You guys flatter me. Still, it's nowhere near finished. Seriously? You intend to improve it even further? Why, of course. The particular routine was from one of the Sun Prince's first scenes. I'll be even better once we add the Moon Princess into the mix. As for the climax, well, let's just say that this was nothing compared to what that'll be like. Wow, really? Gotta say, that's pretty damn amazing. Isn't it? I can't even imagine what it will end up looking like. Look forward to it. So, Risha, are these the people you were telling me about? Yes, that's right. The Special Support Section. Really? You sure don't give off any cop vibes, though. Anyway, you want to investigate this letter business? You know, I'd feel bad if you wasted your time looking into a dumb prank. Come now, Ilya. Everyone is worried about you. Why don't you indulge us just a tad? Well, I don't know about that. It's never been my style to try and reduce the pressure before a show. But if Risha lets me give her a special massage, I'll consider it. No, absolutely not. I swear. What am I going to do with you? She's, pretty different from her stage persona. Reminds me of a creepy old lecher. I heard she had an, interesting personality, but not to this extent. Kinda intense, ain't she? I'm so sorry, everyone. Lloyd, would you and the others mind waiting in the lobby? I'll try my best to persuade her somehow. What was that? Huh? What do you mean, Ilya? You said Lloyd, right? It's a fairly common name. That's you. Yes, I'm him. Too close, way too close. And what's your last name, Lloyd? Bannings. My name's Lloyd Bannings. I knew it! What? Excuse me? Hey, what? You, what the hell, Lloyd? Ilya, stop! What's the meaning of this? Oh boy, it's a small world. Who would have thought this would be the day I met the infamous little brother? Well, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure she mentioned that you had joined the police department. You're exactly how I imagined you to be. Wait a second, does that mean you're a friend of Cecile's or something? Yep, Cecile's my best friend. I've known her for about 10 years now. We met in Monday school. I had no idea. Allow me to introduce myself then. I'm Ilya Platier, the figurehead of Arc-en-Ciel, so to speak. Happy to finally meet you, Lloyd, and that goes for the rest of you too. Platier seems the one most right, doesn't it? If I was going to go with French pronunciations and stuff like that, Platier seems the most correct. You need to calm down, Ilya. Isn't hugging someone out of the blue a little rude? Pshaw, who needs formalities? Admit it, Lloyd, didn't my hug make you a little happy? A teensy-weensy bit? well, I mean, no. Stare. First Cecile, now her. The hierarchy has made itself painfully clear. The little brother character reigns supreme. Damn you. Turn down that little burrow charm of yours and save some ladies for the rest of us. Anyway, about the threat letter. Oh yeah, I nearly forgot about that thing. Can't really say no to my favorite little guy, can I? I made sure to bring the letter to practice with me. Here you go. Thanks, Ilya. I'm pretty sure you guys asked us for help, though. Let's give it a read. Cease production of your new show, or the beloved blazing dancer will have a tragic accident. Yin. What the? Cease production of your new show, or the beloved blazing dancer will have a tragic accident, signed by Yin. That's a threat letter if I've ever seen one. You sure about that? Sounds more like a lame prank to me. I'm going to be honest with you guys, this sort of threat isn't out of the ordinary. We're already kinda used to it. Really? Unfortunately so. We do get a decent amount of these sorts of things. Most of them are written out of jealousy or in jest, though. In this particular case, however, there is something that bothers me. And what would that be? It's the signature, ain't it? Precisely. Essentially, all of the letters we've been sent up to now have been left anonymously. Something about the name Yin rubs me the wrong way. I just can't shake the feeling that this isn't a simple prank. Pretty sure that's just your overactive imagination. Do you have any idea as to who this Yin person is? Not in the slightest. Like, is that even a person's name? Almost sounds like it's some sort of code name. Suppose it could be related to our new show's title. Yin means silver, after all. That's where the well runs dry, though. An interesting coincidence indeed. Any of your ideas? I don't mean to pry, but have you done anything recently that would cause someone to hold a grudge against you? About that. Wait, what do you mean? What is it, Risha? You two have some idea about who might have it out for you? Well, actually, it's not about us, it's about you, Ilya. Remember the other day? The president of that company? Oh, that old Baldy. Couldn't care less about that. I'd already forgotten, to be honest. Who exactly was this Baldy? Just some greasy old loser named Marconi. Apparently he's the big boss of that business, Ravach & Co. What? Ravach? So the name finally comes out. What's up with all the freaking out? Well, we've been hearing that name pretty often. Do you mind filling us in on what happened with Ravach as president? Sure thing. He likes to bring his business associates to Ark-Concealed for entertainment. He loves sitting in our exclusive seats, so you know he's a big shot. The funny thing is, he's not interested in our shows at all. Like, he doesn't even appreciate my dancing. All he does is ogle me with those lecherous eyes of his. Ilya does have a keen eye when it comes to things of that nature. Of course I do. The stage is my world, and that includes the audience. So anyway, that old coot had the gall to approach and patronize me. Kept babbling on about how he would support my career and have me debut at the Heimdall Opera House. Oh, are you planning to dance there? Actually, we received requests to perform in both the Empire and the Republic. Since they're limited time offers, we thought about conducting special performances. Now that I think about it, we even had an offer to perform in LeBeau's Grand Arena. Wow, Ark-Concealed really is as popular as people make them out to be. Still, why would Marconi approach Ilya about backing her? He supposedly has powerful contacts with Erebonia, but judging by the rumors, they aren't the type of people we want to associate with. From all we've heard, Ravach has deep ties to the Empire, and to a certain degree its criminal underworld. I had no idea that they were that devious. How were you able to conclude the situation with Marconi? I politely refused, of course. And for good measure, I gave him a slap in the face. You did what? You slapped the Mafia Don in the face? Yes, she did. I swear I nearly fainted after she pulled that stunt. I as well. However, he had the audacity to touch Ilya inappropriately. The recklessness, no, rudeness of that man was unbelievable. Nearby staff intervened, so we somehow managed to settle it. Sounds like he might be a little bit salty because of the whole thing. I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Does seem like a plausible motive to send a threat letter, yes. Okay, we understand the situation. First off, we'll try to uncover some new leads with the clues on hand. You mind if we keep the letter, Ilya? Be my guest. I can see that glint in your eyes now, Lloyd. Come again? It's like whenever I step onto the stage, our eyes are the same. Anyway, I'm sure you four will do a bang-up job. Hopefully, letting you handle this whole mess will let poor Risha sleep at night. Thank you, Ilya. We'll happily tackle the case, Miss Mao. I hope we can live up to your high expectations. Ilya seems to finally understand the situation now. Oh, I'm so happy that I turned to you for help. Well, it's only just begun. I don't think we'll be able to solve this thing using traditional methods. I guess so. By the way, I'd appreciate it if you spoke less formally to me. Why? Well, I'm still just a novice, and I think I'm actually a little younger than you and Ellie. Can't help but feel a little awkward when you speak formally to me. Really, I never meant anything by it. I'll treat you like a regular girl from here on out. Thank you. That's all I want. Rixia, the meeting's going to start without you if you don't hurry up. I'll be right there. Well then, everyone, if you'll excuse me. If you figure anything out, please don't hesitate to stop by the theater. Ark-Concealed sure is busy. You're telling me. Bet they practice another 100 times before the actual show. Starting to get why they don't want to waste their time with this letter business. Indeed, an unnecessary use of their time. I hope we can solve this soon, for the sake of their new production. Let's get to it then. In the next part, because we're going to end this part here. We'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.